I'm here undercover because I heard about a team that is really great with communicating and scheduling with their clients. So I've decided I'm going to come to their work undercover. They do not know I'm here, and I'm going to search their office, and I'm going to see if I can find anything. Oh, locker room. Enter with question. Okay. Well, I've got an organized room here. It's kind of... Oh, this is interesting. Got everything here.
What are you doing?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I was just getting the feel of the room.
No, I know. You set this up, and I let you in, and I told you I had to use the bathroom. Why are the lights off?
Oh, the lights are off. Yeah, I was just. Yeah.
So, do you want to sit down?
Yeah, I mean, sitting would probably be good for this.
Okay.
We're here to ask you some questions about scheduling and communicating because we heard your team is doing some uncommon things.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about this board over there. Over there.
This board is our production board. So, this is where our carpenters can come in and see what jobs we have pending. Usually pending ones go on the lower, and then ones that are in production or ones that are maybe waiting on materials are kind of here in the middle, ones in production on the top.
But tell me about this board! Again, I'm really sorry about that, sir.
That's fine. So job board goes through kind of the basics. It's got the job name. In our organization, we use job numbers. This here tells us it's a repair job. We primarily deal with insurance companies doing property restoration. So we have the insurance company, the claim number, and we've got the address, contact people. A lot of times we put the email address, scope. A lot of times we put rough scope details. We always want to track when we got the assignment, and then keep an idea on what the insured's deductible is. And then we try to put, the main goal of all of this is to keep it visible so that we as management that are setting up the schedule and that kind of stuff know and can kind of keep tabs on where things are progressing through the board. And then also our employees, our technicians, and our carpenters can be aware of what's coming, what's scheduling. So we have varying degrees of jobs where we're doing the scheduling and they're doing the work, or they may be scheduling. So it's got room to write in by hand each week, and then at the end of the week we try to update the notes just as a force of habit to keep things clean and again visible. So that way we're communicating amongst ourselves and then communicating with our technicians and carpenters so that we all can communicate with our clients to keep everybody updated.
Second question. Where'd you get the black eye?
I take scheduling very seriously.
So now, would you mind telling me about this board?
Well, for our company, our team, we deal with disaster restoration for property restoration for residential and commercial clients. So for our team, that starts with emergency services. So we do everything from water damages, fire damages, microbial growth cleanup, biohazards, and a whole host of other things. We're basically if you don't know who's going to clean it up, you give us a call. So emergency services, this is just an example. Obviously we're covering up our client's information, but we'll get a job number, we'll designate it EMS or depending on the service, and then again we want to know if it's insurance, what the claim number is, where the job is, provide contact information, and then source and what's affected is always important so that when the technicians are going to the job, they can have an idea what they're dealing with. A lot of times we'll put the date in because if, as you're all aware, lead and asbestos is a big deal. As far as keeping our people safe, our customers safe, and staying out of trouble. So this is where we track where our emergency services are. We always want to, again, note the date that it came in, because there's a lot of, in insurance work, you got to keep a lot of different parties updated. So EMS, this is our emergency services. and then we go, a lot of those will go into repairs, and so that's our pending. If we've got estimates that are being written and we're waiting to hear back from them, they'll go into the pending file, so we want to keep an idea that we need to keep those notes updated, we need to keep those customers updated, and keep in our minds that these are coming. So once it reaches pending, that's when they'll start going on the clipboards, and usually down low, so that we have an idea that this is the work that may be coming up in our backlog. So once a contract's signed, but maybe we've got orders waiting for flooring, or like we have a commercial project right now where we're waiting for a custom order entry door, those kinds of things. Maybe we're waiting for a roofer's bid, those kinds of things. That'll be in orders. So these are jobs that are signed, contracts signed, and we're waiting on something that's in the works. And then it moves into repairs. These are active repairs projects, and so those are in varying degrees. Again, our carpenters can come in and write handwritten notes, or we can write notes, put dates on here that stand out. And then we try to keep these updated every week. And then once the repair project's done, as most of you are aware, anybody in construction, there's a lot of times there's punch list items where maybe there's a few things that still need to be taken care of. And so that goes into our punch list where we want to get them taken care of. And then finally, if there's contents involved, our team deals with that. And so a lot of times that kind of is the integration of emergency services as well as repairs. We pack the house out, we've processed the contents, and then we're waiting for repairs to be done so that we can return the job. So kind of the whole job flow, again, the whole point is keep it visible for ourselves and for our employees, and then so that we're all aware to keep our clients updated, and with insurance work, keep the adjuster updated, the agent updated, the program updated. And so that's kind of the whole point of everything, is keep it visible, keep it simple, but make sure that we're communicating the details.
Well, this seems of a very simple and easy process that your team has developed. But from the companies you observed, it is a very uncommon level of communication and scheduling. I've noticed there's more to these clipboards than just the cover sheet.
That is correct. So again, this gives the job details, gives kind of the rough schedule as the idea, and then we get into the next sheet usually is the budget spreadsheet. So that's something that the estimators will put together, and it'll break down if most people that are working on property restoration for residential and commercial clients working through insurance companies use Xactimate. And so Xactimate, you can use the print by category to get your overview budget line items, and then that's what we put into our budget sheet. And then you can print your components list out, and so components go down into there. So you break the components out of the generic line items, and then from that we type in what our proposed margin is, and the logarithm there it gives us a recommended dollar amount, and then we can tie that in. Nice thing about this sheet that's been developed is it kind of pulls hours. You set a rate and it'll pull hours, and so then you can put some details here. So it just gives an overview from the financial standpoint, and kind of breaks out our overhead, breaks out how much labor we have for supervisors. Program fees is a big one that'll catch you, and then also setting a contingency for budgeting. So out of that, Xactimate gives us a lot of usable details. We usually print the scope from Xactimate for our carpenters. We'll print the line items by category. We'll print the components. And then another real useful tool, so that gives you kind of an idea of an Xactimate. Trying to see on some of these, what we'll do is we'll print out the sketch. And then in the sketch, whether you use the annotations in Sketch and Xactimate, or you convert it to a PDF and edit it as a PDF, you can actually create a visual scope for clients. Or pause it. So here's an example. This was done in PDF, but you can take the sketch provided in Xactimate, convert it to a PDF, and then you can enter scope notes, so you have a diagram. Like on this one in particular, we have a supplement potentially pending if we're going to pull the shower and tub, if we can demonstrate damage there. So we want those notes for our carpenter, and then to talk about what they're doing in each of the areas. So again, the whole goal of this is to keep it visible for management, so we keep clients and the programs updated, and then keep it visible, our workflow and workload visible for our carpenters and technicians so that they can be mentally prepared as much as possible. The great thing about this is when carpenters come in the morning or they come in at the end of the day, they can take a look at where work's coming and they can see the dates, and sometimes they'll grab things that maybe we've missed so that we can better prepare. We try to set up a time at least once a week where we sit down with our carpenters and kind of look through job files. We set up a 2-week schedule. Again, just a simple Excel spreadsheet. We try to keep it simple, we try to keep it visible, and then we try to keep consistent and clear in our communication. So it's a simple process, but like you mentioned, a lot of people we come across, it's fairly uncommon. So it helps us. It's not perfect, but it's what we're trying to accomplish.
This has been Legit Abby interviewing IZ Vents on his organization through communicating and scheduling with clients in a clear, visible way. So if you want to find more of me, then you can follow my Twitter account, which is TheLegitAbby, or you can read my blog posts on the legitabby.wordpress.com. So if you want to find more of me, this is how you can find them, and tweet me your thoughts on my blog posts and all that kind of stuff.
All right, thank you for joining us. You can find me at IZ_FNB on Twitter. We also blog at dojo.wordpress.com. Dojo, where we say in the dojo of the mind, we are all still working on our yellow belts. We are managers trying to help other managers manage. Hopefully you found some of the ideas today to be helpful to you and your team as you look to communicate and schedule. I think the keys are: make your schedule visible. You want to be able to see it so you can track it. You want your people to be able to see it so they can prepare. And also making it visible reminds you to remind yourself, to remind others, to keep people updated. You also want your communication to be clear as possible. Often that means be as simple as possible. So we've looked into several different programs and applications, and a lot of them are more cumbersome than the work is itself. So for us, it's been the most effective for our team to use the resources we already have, such as Excel and Outlook or Google Calendars, those kinds of things, and you'll notice on our job boards the small pieces translate into the larger sheets for the job clipboards. So we try to keep it clear so that way we can be consistent. Again, thank you for joining us. Hope you found this useful. Keep track with us and share this.
Legit Abby. Oh, okay, hold on.
Well, the board over here,
I had to do it.
Dojo, where we say in the dojo of the mind, we are all still working on our yellow belts. We are managers trying to help other managers manage.